Hello, I'm Donna Loden. We're here at Lawndale Elementary School in the Sprout House. The kids here at Lawndale named it the Sprout House, and I think it really fits well because this is where the action happens. This is where sprouting actually happens once the kids plant the seeds. But cold weather is definitely on the way. Can you feel the chill in the air? And even though we love gardening here in Mississippi, what can you do during the winter months to keep that green thumb still green? Well, one of the things you can do is plant herbs. And herbs are so great in so many delicious ways. One of the best teaching while you're home, you may be doing virtual teaching with your own child, is all the great information that you can learn from a seed packet. So you may have never taken time to look on the back of the seed packet, but on the back of the seed packet, you can teach math. You can teach, they can figure out how many inches, measure it out, and figure how many inches apart something needs to be planted. You can do your multiplication tables. You can figure out arrays. You can plant so many, 3 rows of 4, and work on your multiplication tables. You can do social studies. We can find out what zone we're in. We can talk about science, the life science of what plants grow well in different seasons. But let's think a minute about herbs. The one thing that you're gonna, or 2 or 3 things that you're gonna have to remember if you plant herbs in your house is make certain that you put them toward a sunny spot. So you're going to be looking definitely for where the sun is best at your house. Look for a windowsill, and you're going to want to make sure that that's where you plant your herbs. You also want to make sure that you have a pot that has really good drainage in it. If it doesn't have really good drainage in it, then your pots are going to mold and you're not going to have the growth that you want to have, or you may have kind of spindly plants. Look how healthy this parsley is that we have growing here, and it's just so easy to grow in your greenhouse. You're going to want a pretty good size. This is a really good size for growing an herb, something that's maybe 6 to 12 inches across. So you want to definitely look at that one. This one also, you can plant multiple herbs if you want to do that in a container that you have. So in this beautiful container, we have sage. Look at those beautiful kind of greenish gray leaves that we have. And sage is so important. I can smell it now in my hand. Sage is so important in soups or gravies. You can definitely use it for that. Rosemary that you have right in the middle. Look how beautiful that rosemary is that you have there. And from rosemary you can get, it's a wonderful garnish that's used different on vegetables, or again in any kind of quiche, or you might use it again in soups. And then finally at the end, look at this beautiful green foliage we have. We don't have any purple flowers that are blooming in this time. That's what this is. Another great herb that we actually have growing here. But it's a beautiful herb to have and so aromatic. You just, if this grows in your house, every day you'll wake up to the wonderful smells, and it'll just make you want to go to that kitchen and do some cooking with your kids while you're there. There's so many things that you can do again with herbs that you plant with. You can make the connection between, when you're cooking, between the dried herbs that are there and what you're growing. Kids don't always make that transition between something that's green and growing and something that's dried in a bottle that you can buy at the grocery store. So this is a great way to make those connections. We want kids to understand that their food comes from the ground. It comes from the soil that's there. And it's not just something that you can go and buy in the grocery store. It has to be grown first. That's hugely, hugely important. One of the things that you can do is, we just found some really cool pictures of different herbs. And when you're introducing this to kids, you can simply do a fun memory game. So we just put some of our favorite that we have here: cilantro, thyme, sage, oregano, parsley that you have here, and rosemary. And it's just put them down and let the kids practice matching. And then they have to take their picture and then go like, where is the cilantro? Where is the parsley? Where is the sage? So they may be accustomed to seeing a picture in a book of a particular plant, but when you match that picture to the actual green growing herb, it just simply makes a great brain connection for those kids. Now, just think about, as you're looking at growing herbs, you want to make sure that the kids are able to pinch them off and use them in whatever you're doing. Wash them really well, pinch them off, put them there. Involve your children as you're cooking. I know it's not the best time to be out and be gardening or be around people that's gardening because of what's going on globally, and it's going to be cold weather here, but think about growing herbs on a windowsill. It's a great time for the family to come together, grow your herbs, make a great soup, make a great stew, let the kids pinch off, put it in that, and then as a family, you can enjoy.